Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we're going to be doing 2 games in 1 video, and you know what, I did this about a couple of weeks ago. It's back yet again. Obviously these games were played, I was back in the UK at the time. These were the Europa League games as well, which was Manchester United versus Sherrif, Real Sociedad versus Manchester United as well. It didn't go down too well for Manchester United in the end, because we have been forced into a playoff now with Barcelona this month in February as well. It's not what we wanted. We did want to get to round of 16 without a playoff, but it's more games that we have to bloody play now in February as well. If we have to do it the hard way, we have to do it the hard way, and we have to try knock out Barcelona. Let's go and do it at the end of the day. But yes guys, let's get into the first game, which is Manchester United versus Sherrif. We made 2 changes from last game against Onomia. Talking about starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro, Eriksen, Anthony, Fernandes, Garnacho, and Ronaldo. This was a comfortable game for Manchester United. We won this 3-0. Pretty nice and easy. It was a one-sided affair. United absolutely ran the show. Sherrif had no shots on target. United absolutely dominated and controlled this game, dictated this game. Sherrif had about 2 good opportunities in this game, fucked them up, and they were not good enough on the night. But United were fantastic overall. We did what we needed to do in a game like this against Sherrif. But yes guys, what did I make of the performance? But obviously that is written on my laptop right here. First half, it was a one-sided affair. United played with energy, high intensity, high tempo. We created good chances we didn't take though. Their keeper kept them in the game. Seemed to be a frustrating half yet again. It was one of those halves where we kept in loads of chances on goal there. Nothing was going in. Our bloody finishing was poor. It was shocking. We kept putting the pressure on them and we kept pushing. We had a set piece. Sometimes you have to turn to set pieces as well. Can we get out of a ship with a set piece? And Dalot scores the first goal before half time to make it 1-0, which was brilliant just before the half time. Second half, yet again, it was a one-sided. Ronaldo had a great chance to take it. The 2-0 was great link-up play and good decision making. Good chemistry in the team as well. Kept the pressure on. We play with width. Rashford scores to make it 2-0, fantastic. Rashford makes another great chance. We showed good energy. We controlled, dominated the game. We made runs in from behind. We got between the lines. Ronaldo scores for 3-0. Sherrif played with a low block, as you know. They tried to hit us on the counter-attack, as teams try to do as well. Defended well, fantastically. McTominay had a chance right at the end to make it 4-0. At the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be. But overall, fantastic performance by Manchester United. Just what you wanted out of Manchester United in a game like this against Sherrif. A team that was just defending for the whole game. It was defence versus attack for the whole game, and we did what we needed to do. Got past Sherrif. Who was my man of the match? I think for me it was straight down Christian Eriksen. Just ran the show in the midfield. Anyway, getting into the goals now. First goal, great corner by Eriksen, and Dalot heads it in for 1-0. Second goal, Maguire passed the ball to Ronaldo. Ronaldo passed the ball to McTominay. McTominay passed the ball to Eriksen. Eriksen passed the ball to Shaw. Brilliant cross from Shaw to Rashford, and Rashford guides it in for 2-0. Third goal, Fred passed the ball to Bruno. Bruno puts in a great cross in for Ronaldo. Ronaldo heads it, the keeper saves it, and Ronaldo scores on the rebound for 3-0. Getting into the stats now, possession from Man United, it was 74.7%, and for Sherrif it was 25.3%. Goals for Man United, it was 3, and for Sherrif it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 24, and for Sherrif it was 0. Shots on target for Man United, it was 10, and for Sherrif it was 0. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 41.7%, and for Sherrif it was 0%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 13, and for Sherrif it was 0. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 11, and for Sherrif it was 0. They were poor, didn't do anything. Total passes for Man United, it was 702 passes, and for Sherrif it was 240 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 91.5%, and for Sherrif it was 68.8%. Getting to the substitutions now. Anthony went off for Rashford. Talk about Anthony's performance. Drew a save, and more memorably, previously showboated with the game, goalless. Required some treatment and came off at half time. Martinez went off for Maguire. Talk about Lisandro's performance. Had a serene evening with next to no defending to do. Earned a well-earned breather when he was replaced at the pause. Dalot went off for Shaw. Talk about Diogo's performance. Should have been more involved in the final third for 40 minutes and then headed in expertly to put United 1-0 up, replaced on the out. Casemiro went off for McTominay. Talk about Casemiro's performance. Purposely on the ball as ever and came off with an hour to play with West Ham in mind. Garnacho went off for Van der Beek. Talk about Alejandro's performance. Utterly unfazed on his full debut and should take it as a compliment. Sherrif fouled him time and again. Anyway, getting into the next game now, and that was obviously Real Sociedad versus Manchester United. The main fixture that we had to get passed as well. This was the game that Manchester United had to win 2-0 to avoid a playoff. Unfortunately, we're in that playoff now. It was disappointing, and we obviously did not do enough to win this game. Obviously, it was bitterly disappointing yet again, but it was just one of those sort of games. We had that first goal. You've probably been thinking, we got a good opportunity now to score this second goal, maybe in the first half or maybe in the second half. Just didn't pay off in the end. But anyway, guys, we made 2 changes from the last game against Sherrif. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Fernandes, Van der Beek, Garnacho and Ronaldo. Obviously, we're in the bloody playoff. It's one of those things at the end of the day. But anyway, what did I make of the performance? First half, we started the half slow. I think this was the main troubling thing in this first half, which really bugged me in this game as well, because you saw that starting 11 and you had Bruno playing as the right winger, and obviously Bruno's played in that position before, and obviously it was an interesting tactic to use in this game as well, with an extra midfielder in there. So you're probably thinking that he's gone with, it wants an extra midfielder in there to control that midfield. But the one thing that pissed me off in this game, that really annoyed probably other United fans, was that the fact was that, considering we're playing in the midfield, we haven't controlled that midfield whatsoever. There was numerous times Sociedad beating us in that midfield battle, winning that midfield battle in the first half as well. But I still thought we had greater chances. We got between the lines, and then it was obviously a great finish by Garnacho for 1-0. But the flanks are so open, we need to spread the pitch and more in possession. Giving away possession too easily, losing the ball in silly areas, and De Gea made 2 great saves to keep us in the game. Second half, United had nothing to lose. We changed formation. There's no creativity there in the second half. Not a shot on target as well. Substitutions didn't really make an impact. Maguire was playing as a striker as well. And that was when we just had all or nothing. Let's just lump that lump ball to Maguire as well. Fernandes had been a ghost in the game. He just disappeared in that second half as well. In the end, it just turned into a bit of a mess. We ended up going to like a 3 at the back. Definitely that we couldn't get used to for sure. It turned into like a 3-3-3-1. It became a mess. But in the end, we just do enough. We needed more, and we didn't really work hard enough to get out of it, and to obviously get the second goal that we needed. Fell short, unfortunately, and it's just one of those. Who's my man of the match? 2 players in this. Obviously, the goal scorer, Garnacho. Thought he played well, was bright from the get-go, and I thought Martinez defended really well in a game like this. Getting into the goals now. First goal, De Gea. Long ball to Bruno. Bruno won the header to Ronaldo. Ronaldo picks up and passes the ball to Garnacho. Garnacho makes the run in from behind and shoots and scores for 1-0. Getting into the stats now. Possession for Real Sociedad, it was 47.5%, and for Man United it was 52.5%. Goals for Sociedad, it was 0, and for Man United it was 1. Total shots for Sociedad, it was 13, and for Man United it was 4. Shots on target for Real Sociedad, it was 4, and for Man United it was 1. Shot accuracy for Real Sociedad, it was 30.8%, and for Man United it was 25%. Shots inside the box for Sociedad, it was 9, and for Man United it was 4. Shots outside the box for Sociedad, it was 4, and for Man United it was 0. Total passes for Sociedad, it was 412 passes, and for Man United it was 460 passes. Pass accuracy for Sociedad, it was 75.7%, and for Man United it was 78.5%. So it was a pretty close, tight affair in the end when you look at the stats as well. But getting into the substitutions now. Van der Beek went off with Rashford. Talk about Donny's performance. Caught in no man's land and had no chemistry with any of his teammates all night. Had his chance and did not look remotely like taking it. Lindelof went off of McTominay. Talk about Victor's performance. Recalled at the expense of Harry Maguire and showed why. Calm with and without the ball, and his developing good understanding with Adrian Martinez. His substitution was lightly enforced. Eriksen went off a thread. Talk about Christian's performance. Prudent in possession without having a major impact. The apparent 3-3-3-1 setup did not suit him. Garnacho went off of Maguire. Talk about Alejandro's performance. Started eagerly and then scored brilliantly for another landmark moment in a remarkable year. Had another chance and quieter after United changed formation. Now, obviously, we've got Barcelona next, and obviously, we've got 2 legs now against Barcelona. This is, another mouth-watering playoff as well. Who would have wrote it? Who would have thought as well? And you know what? At the end of the day, Barcelona, the where they are at the end of the day, they're first in the league. They've made a lot of progress. Obviously, they've gone through a phase where, Ronald Koeman in charge. He wasn't the right man for the job. Obviously, Barcelona brought in Xavi Hernandez. There's obviously been links of Xavi Hernandez. He's been under pressure numerous times and been links of him getting the sack as well. But, you know, I don't think Barcelona are the Barcelona that they've been at for the last couple of years. I think they're still there. I think they're still not right Barcelona. I think they're still, you know, not the finished article yet Barcelona. Obviously, you know, they are getting used to a new manager with a new style of play. But at the end of the day, you know, Barcelona are first in the league. Obviously, they're playing well in the La Liga as well. But obviously, what do I expect against Barcelona in these two playoff games against Barcelona? I think it'll be competitive. I think it's going to be tight and tactical. I think it's going to be end-to-end. Obviously, the first game's at Barcelona at the Nou Camp. What a better way to start it off, to go away from home first. I think it's a good opportunity to go away from home first and get those away goals on the board. So I think it's obviously, you know, a difficult place to go to the Nou Camp and get a result. Obviously, we played there last time in the Champions League, and now this time in a Europa League playoff to get to the round of 16. So I think that in these two playoff games against Barcelona, it's all about who wants it more. And obviously, you know, it's going to be really tough and difficult to deal with Barcelona. But I think it's all about Ten Hag's going to have to get these players in the right way to beat Barcelona. It has to be the right game plan. We have to stick to the principles. We have to stick to the rules in this game as well against Barcelona. And, you know, we know what Barcelona's capabilities are. You know, got lots of great quality all over the pitch. You know, you can see it as well with the likes of players like, you know, Pedri, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Torres. You know, you've got Frankie de Jong. You've got, you know, you've got brilliant players there. You know, Koundé. You know, the list goes on. So, you know, over the next two legs against Barcelona, we have to play at our best. We've got to play well from start to finish, and we have to be on top of our game. We have to stay switched on. We've got to work hard, and we have to win the midfield battle. So it's going to be a real hard game against Barcelona. Two hard games in two-legged affairs against Barcelona. So we're going away from home first. It'll be a good way to go away from home and get those away crucial goals as well. So I think it'll be nice to sort of walk away maybe with a 2-0 lead, and we know then we're going to be in cruise control, and that's for Barcelona to go and beat us, you know, 3-0 at Old Trafford. So, and you know, I think at the end of the day, Old Trafford's becoming a fortress now. I think Barcelona, I don't know what the record is at the Nou Camp recently, but I think it's going to, I definitely know from my knowledge, it's a tough place to go. It's going to be difficult to get a result there. But, you know, United have to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. We have to turn up to a game like this. And, you know, we have to perform well for a full 90 minutes, which we're going to have to do against Barcelona. It's never easy against Barcelona, so you have to be on top of your game from start to finish. So, not an easy game. I have to be on top of our game from start to finish. So, but yeah, I think Barcelona will be up for this. They'll be ready for this themselves. And, you know, we have to be ready to go to battle with Barcelona. And Ten Hag will definitely have something up his sleeve for this game. And obviously, to be the best, you have to beat the best, and you have to, you know, and obviously, if you want to win this Europa League, you're going to have to knock them out at the end of the day and put Barcelona in their place. I think they're there for the taking though as well, Barcelona. So we have to be ready, and definitely for sure we can cause these problems for sure. But what do we know about Barcelona? I think the front three will cause problems. You know, I think Xavi has been under pressure numerous times. But they play with a lot of width. They'll get between the lines. They'll make runs in from behind. They like to come forward though. They'll take risks. They'll be brave as well. But I think they're aggressive. They're ruthless. They'll look to create spaces, and they'll look to be tight and compact. They'll defend well. I still think they concede sloppy goals. They'll be physical. They'll be direct. They'll be tight and tactical. And I think, you know, they'll play with high intensity, high tempo. They'll bring the energy themselves. And, you know, United have only... But, you know, at the end of the day, I've seen numerous games back that have played Barcelona. And the one thing I've just noticed from teams, they've just not been able to defend properly. And I think in a game like this, you know, going up against the team that's in the Premier League, that's very competitive and very physical. So United are going to have to give Barcelona a game in this one. But I think, you know, we've got to defend properly as well in this game as well. Defensively, got to be organised, got to be tight and compact. We've got to defensively frustrate them as well. Got to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy. Play with courage. Create the chances, take your chances. Got to be clinical. Got to get the crosses into the box, drought them out of position. Set pieces could come into play. Got to take risks. Be brave. Need to play with width. Got to be getting between the lines. Close them down. Don't let them get back into the game. Don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character, and fight. Got to do the basics right though as well. Game management, and decision making will be vital in a game like this. Got to get tight. Don't let them get a shot up. Sustain attacks. Do the basics. Win your 50-50s. Win your second balls. Win your duels. Win your 1v1s. Put them on the back foot. Keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes. Put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Make runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive and keep Lewandowski quiet. But also in a game like this, we're going to have to be ready. Against Barcelona, we know what their capabilities are. I think they're a very technical side as well. So we're going to expect a very good game against Barcelona. We're going to have to turn up to a game like this. We're going to have to perform well at our best as well. We can't afford to drop off in a game like this. We can't invite them back on us as well. So, they've got a lot of players with a lot of flair. They've got a lot of players with they've got quality all over the pitch. So we're gonna have to be on top of our game from start to finish. We're gonna have to play to the referee's whistle. We're gonna have to get our heads down. We're gonna have to work hard. We have to stay concentrated, stay focused, stay alert at all times. And we're gonna have to play with courage, intent, conviction. And it's a game that you're gonna have to turn up to as well. So we have to perform well for a full 90 minutes. I think this is a game that is going to be a must-win. I think it'll be nice to get a nice couple of goals on Barcelona. But I think we're going to have to go to the new camp, try control the game. I think we're going to have to come out bright, quick as well. And I think in times like this, it's going to be so vital to score that first goal. And I think if we score that first goal, that first away goal, they'll obviously shit themselves. And then that's obviously then when they're going to have to get back into the game. And then you're going to have to see a reaction. And that's where we're going to have to, bring the lines up, play, bring the lines up play on the front foot, and we're going to have to be able to cause them problems from start to finish, and we're going to have to really be dangerous and cause them a threat as well. So in games like this, it's all about, taking your chances, and when we get in front of goal, got to be clinical as well, got to take your chances and create some good chances, test their goalkeeper to Stegen as well. These lot, I think they're still a bit vulnerable at the back as well, so they can be exposed at the back as well, and they still concede sloppy goals as well. So I think Barcelona, for me, I don't think they're not the Barcelona that they used to be at, and I think we don't want to take this lightly though. We don't want to get too complacent. Don't underestimate this Barcelona side because they're a good side. They're going to definitely turn up to this game, and we're going to have to turn up as well. We're going to have to be at our best. We're going to perform at our best for a full 90 minutes. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to have to be ready mentally, physically. Going to have to go with the right mindset, the right mentality, prepare well for a game like this against Barcelona. So looking forward to this game against Barcelona, and we'll have to give them a real good game. And it's not going to be easy, but I think we have to stay patient, stay in the game as long as we can, control the game, dictate the game, dominate the game, and go. And games like this, it's all about getting the first goal, and I think we're going to have to get that first goal, and obviously try control, dominate this game, and definitely put this game away, and obviously try kill this tie off as early as we can. And I think if we can get the 2 goals in the first half, I think Ten Hag will be delighted, and you just want to kill the game off as soon as you can, and then you've got a good chance then going to Old Trafford, taking it back there, securing the job done, and hopefully getting through to the round of 16. But there's 2 legs though. Anything can happen, but we're gonna have to perform well for a full 90 minutes, and it's going to be important to win this game as well. So I think it's going to have to be a must-win to go and win this game. It's going to be a tactical game, tight tactical game, and but it's going to be competitive. I think there's going to be loads of chances, end-to-end, open game. I think the game will get stretched at some point as well, so have to be ready for this game. and we're going to have to definitely defend properly as a team. But not only just as a team, but as a unit as well. But we have to be able to frustrate them defensively as well. So, and the more they come on the front foot, create the chances, they'll get frustrated. So, and then it's all about what we do in and out of possession as well. And I think if we can do that smartly, be brave, take risks, take your chances, score your chances, be clinical, and I think we'll definitely get our reward. We're going to have to work hard, and we're going to have to get our heads down, stay concentrated, stay focused, don't make any mistakes, stay in the game as long as you can, control the game, and I think we should be in a good way, hopefully get us the win in a nice comfortable way, taking it back to Old Trafford. Barcelona scoring 2 goals per game, Barcelona conceding 2 goals per game, Barcelona have the best defence in the La Liga as well. UCL Barcelona 1-2, drawn 1 and lost 3, they lost to Bayern Munich 2-0, Inter Milan 1-0 and Bayern Munich 3-0. The players to look out for is Ter Stegen, Arjau, Christensen, Alonso, Alba, Roberto, Conde, Garcia, Busquets, Pedri, Kessie, De Jong, Gavi, Lewandowski, Fati, Torres and Rafinha. And it's going to be so important to win this midfield battle against Barcelona as well, because they've got such a good talented midfield there as well, with the likes of Kessie, De Jong in the midfield. We have to be able to win this midfield battle against Barcelona. We have to be ready for this game for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.